Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. 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 We talking about Norway. Is it recording?
It is recording.
Okay, we definitely gotta add the chant in there. All right, guys, welcome back to another
Between
episode.
Sets, this is the podcast where we talk about fitness and all things outside of fitness.
So just everything,
Yeah.
with a focus on fitness.
And we're still keeping that FIFA train going.
We got World Cup fever, dog.
Bro, we talking about fucking soccer, football.
It's crazy, dude.
Until the final game.
This is my day, okay? Not excluding work. I wake up, I open the 6 sports betting apps that I have to look at all the odds for the day. Then I check TSN to see what games are playing.
6 sporting apps. Liar.
No, I
It's
have 2. Then I look at my schedule and then cancel clients that are happening during any games. Then I go to work.
way.
No, I don't. Then I go to work and then I go home and I watch soccer for 8 hours.
Impressive.
I've watched almost every game. I think I missed like the midnight ones. You know, there was a few of those like midnight games
I
for
haven't
us.
seen those.
And the random ones like Algeria versus Jordan, Egypt, and like Senegal or whatever. But I've watched. I'm trying to beat the FIFA president. That guy's been at every game. How does he do it?
Even the midnight ones?
He's been to every game. That's like a meme where he's like.
That's not possible.
He's at a game. Well, he's obviously a reptilian, and he's got teleportation technology. Obviously, episode for another time. But anyway, he's at every game. All right, guys. Today we are talking about my favorite player, my boy, Erling Braut Haaland.
Okay.
We're talking about Haaland and just the incredible machine of a human being that he is.
I think it's a little more specific than that.
What Haaland at his first World Cup tells us about peaking at the right time.
Okay.
It's kind of like the overarching thing. But really, we're just going to glaze Haaland for the next 45 minutes or so.
We or you?
Me. It's going to be me. Yeah. All right, I'll do the opening, and then we can follow up from here. So, all right, obviously it's World Cup season. We've got some incredible talents. You know, you've got Mbappe, you've got Messi, you've got Ronaldo, you've got... Give me somebody else.
Balogun.
Lamine Yamal,
Lamal Yamin.
Vinicius Jr.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Vinny.
a lot of... this World Cup has so much star power, more than I can remember in any World Cup I've ever
Talking
seen.
about there's always star power in World Cups.
Yeah, but I
Literally
feel
the
like-
best of the best are
But I
playing.
feel like right now we have just like so many good players. I think, yeah, you're right. At the end of the day,
back in the day, like
dude,
Ronaldo,
like 2010
Brazil was ridiculous.
Dude, 2010 Spain.
Yeah.
Iniesta,
What are you
Xavi
talking about?
Alonso,
This isn't that
Raul, Sergio Ramos.
This isn't that special. I'm sorry.
I think it's more.
He's just hype.
I think it's okay. Let me rephrase that. I think it's more the specifically attacking players. There's so many stars on the attacking players, specifically like goal scorers.
Okay.
Like not just teams, because
Okay.
yeah, you're right. There's
Alright,
been some
that's
incredible teams, but the attacking players, like it's head to head, dude. Like in the race for the Golden Boot, there's like, you know, or you've got Messi who's got 5 goals.
Where are you going
Haaland's
with this?
got 4. I'm going.
Okay.
Haaland's got 4. Ronaldo has got 2. He's got 2, I think.
2?
Yeah, and then Jonathan David from some dude from Brampton is up there, which is insane, by the way. Got my Canada jersey. My mom bought it for me. Anyway.
Oh, what a thing to share.
She goes, Machu, you need Canada jersey. And I'm like, okay. So she bought it for me. All right, so today we're going to talk
Happy
about,
birthday.
again, very specifically, we've already done this, our third kind of like World Cup episode. We talked about how it is to be like an athlete. We talked about Messi and his kind of thing. And now we're going to kind of touch on, another player that's really stand out. And especially when it comes to like fitness and training and his lifestyle and nutrition and peaking in time for the World Cup is Erling Haaland. So Erling Haaland is a 25-year-old Norwegian, English-born, but he is Norwegian. His dad played in Leeds, and he was born in England, but he chose to represent Norway.
He has a very interesting accent. It's like half
It's like Norwegian
half-
English.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's because he just signed a 10-year deal with Man City.
Yep.
So he's getting like progressively more English.
More Brit.
But the thing that's really interesting about this guy, and we talked about it kind of briefly during our first episode when we were covering the World Cup, was in the position of a 9, a striker. They're usually very small and very fast, right? This man is like 6'5", 210 pounds. And he
Everything you said in the first episode.
absolutely bodies people. So he's the most physically dominant striker on the planet. The question is, I'm going off the tagline here. Is he ready for this moment, competing in the World Cup? It's if the moment is ready for him. Goddamn. Goddamn.
I'm about to implode on that.
So Norway, just a couple stats here for you guys regarding Norway. So Haaland is on Norway. Norway is their first World Cup in 28 years. He has scored twice, 2 times, both times. The first player to ever do that for Norway. At 25, he's the Premier League's all-time top scorer, which is actually nuts. I didn't know that. Some of these stats I didn't even know. In a single season, he's won the Golden Boot 3 times. He's 25, and he's the most lethal striker in the world.
He's just really good at scoring goals.
His
says.
interviews are so funny, bro.
I don't know. I'm just really
good at scoring goals. It's
mate.
my job. It's my job. But there's just something very fascinating about someone like that he's not the traditional build for a soccer player. He's just he's almost like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, where he's tall, lanky, but just extremely efficient. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're gonna kind of cover him as a player and his training, because he has a very interesting approach to training. I think very similar to us in a way, where it's very his diet's very dialed in, very organic. He doesn't kind of a sidebar, but when we're hosting, the USA is hosting, and Canada and segment 1. But the Norwegian team imported 200 kilograms of salmon because they didn't want to eat American food.
Yeah, of course, which is honestly smart as
which
hell.
is crazy, right? And these guys eat it's a very Mediterranean, almost Paleolithic diet, where it's just eggs, meat, milk, and potatoes. That's what he eats, and I think he eats something 6,000 calories a day or something crazy. But anyway, we're gonna talk about him. Yeah,
that's high.
That's really high. Yeah,
I don't know about that one.
I read that somewhere. Who knows if it's true? But we're gonna talk about Haaland and just him as a player, and kind of how his training and stuff like that is something that, as people in the fitness industry, or listeners, or people who are training or exercising, how you can kind of take from that and apply that into your real life. Yeah.
Nice. So just to touch on a couple things that you mentioned, his sprint speed. Normally he's clocked above 36 kilometers an hour, which is honestly really
so
impressive.
Fast, dude.
For especially someone his size.
Can you imagine someone that big running at you at 40 kilometers an hour?
Yeah, he's a tall
I
lad.
would shit my pants.
Which also translates to aerial dominance. His height combined with his leap, his vertical, is gonna make him kind of not unstoppable, but pretty close to when the cross comes in, so he can header the ball, which then correlates to finishing efficiency. His goals per shot ratio is almost statistically impossible, so he's scoring he's really good at the scoring goals.
He's very good at scoring goals.
Yeah, so it's kind of a paradox though, because for his physical stature and his football intelligence is what separates him, so he kind of makes all these decisions or plays that most strikers wouldn't normally be able to. So let's look at what the athletic peak actually means for someone his age and his physical
Kind of crazy
stature.
that he's only 24 or 25.
Well, that's peak time right there, right?
Yeah, it's funny because we just talked about how Messi was old.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the flip side.
Some good segues.
Yeah, of someone who's in their peak and performing at levels that not even these guys have done.
Yeah. So peak and power usually falls just before 30. We'll say 28, 29. Fast twitch muscle fiber, dominance, VO2 max, your explosive power output, and your recovery speed, they're all at an all-time peak within this window.
Yeah,
so
mid to late 20s.
Him coming into the World Cup at this age, and we're going to get into probably a little bit of his routine and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's just the perfect timing for him to perform at the level that he is and being able to score all these goals against these teams on the global stage. So yeah, back to the post 28, 29, 30 age range, there's a gradual but measurable decline in raw explosive capacity. It's going to decrease no matter how much you train it, and the body's going to compensate with technique and experience after that. So he's essentially at the biological apex of what a power striker could be, which is
Biological
honestly
apex.
great timing
With the
for
World
him.
Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peaks more than just physical. We've touched on this before. Mental maturity, technical refinement. So for mental maturity, you need to know how to perform under pressure, manage expectations, and understand that you're going to fail as well, things like that, and being able to handle those things. Technical refinement, repeating movements. This is just consistency, like just being at the highest level. You have to just keep building those motor skills and motor patterns day in and day out so that it doesn't decline as you age. And then he also has the physical window and this like technical context at the same time, which is kind of what's giving him the edge, which is a lot rarer than it sounds. Like you have like the physical aspect, which is kind of a gift, and you're maintaining it and honing it and all that shit. But you also have the technical skill of the game itself.
Yeah.
Bringing both together is,
I think a lot of times, like when you're a young player, the technical skill you're still like mastering and learning, but the physical is there because you're young, you're agile, you're hungry, you're at the peak physical, like you're right where you should be. But in his case, both are very high, which is why he's as good as he is.
Yeah, and we can give an interesting contrast. Like all those things will get you so far, but if we go back to Messi, who's 38, more than like 13 years older than
Which
him,
is crazy, yeah.
is still leading the goals, the expected goals chart in the tournament. So physical peak performance aren't clearly the only things that are required for this type
the
of
experience
thing.
as well.
Yeah, exactly. So cool. Next segment.
Yeah, so we'll kind of touch base on again Norway. Like it's a very cool story because like Norway hasn't been in the World Cup in 28 years. They've always been like a decent team, but it's kind of like I'm gonna harp on my own country here. It's like Poland, right? Like always a team that's like very close to qualifying, and they needed one star player, and for us it was Lewandowski, who like carried us for the last like 16 years, but. Unfortunately, Poland didn't make it, RIP, and he is 38, so he will not be coming back.
And he's not Messi.
Although he played with Messi for a long time.
Truly did.
But, their last World Cup was in 1998, and really interesting fact is Haaland's dad, I think his name's Arlo, he was the striker, so he's, like, his son is now filling that role, which is really, really cool.
Right.
5 of Norway's starting players weren't even born the last time Norway played in the World Cup.
That's crazy.
He's been Norway's captain for the last couple years, and it's really cool. They're like I'm sure we were just doing it as a joke earlier, but like the Norwegians, like they got like that rowing. Like it's a very like they've only have a population of 5 million people.
That Viking mentality.
They have that Viking mentality, which is really, really cool. And like we're filming this the day of, not even an hour before, France versus Norway, which is like a game that I'm extremely excited for.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, I think France are the heavy favorites, but there is a good chance that Norway sneaks in. It's very much a Mbappe versus Norway.
3-3 tie.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a
They both get a hat trick.
2-2 or a 3-3, like 3-2, sorry. But yeah, like we're going to talk kind of about like the psychological aspect of it and the expectations he has. But yeah, Haaland's spent years training and getting to this position. Now that he's finally at the World Cup at 25, so this is his debut at the World Cup. He scored 4 goals already, which is nuts. You know what's crazy? Little sidebar.
Matt's favorite sentence.
Little sidebar. He's had 4 goals, and I was looking at his tickets, and he's only had 12 touches. So what he's extremely good at, and what a lot of strikers like Zlatan Ibrahimovic and like a lot of these big guys like Thierry Henry, when they talk about him, is he does only what needs to be done. Like he doesn't exert energy. Like he doesn't go back and try to run the ball. He doesn't like to dribble. He just like, when he knows he's there and he needs the opportunity, he touches the ball, and it's either going to go into the back of the net, it's going to hit the net, or it's an assist.
Yeah.
Like he's extremely efficient at picking the right moment to strike, and he's extremely good at it. Like you said, he's very good at scoring goals.
Yeah, well, goes back to what we said earlier about his statistics, right? Like his goal to opportunity or chances
ratio
at attack, the ratio is like not normal. It's actually really low.
Which extremely low. Yeah. So he has like, I think he has like
Or high,
50
rather.
high, yeah. He's got 57 goals in 52 games
Bro,
internationally.
stop glazing this guy. Let's get into the freaking
I freaking love
nitty-gritty.
Guys, I love
Guys
Haaland.
just talking about goals and his hair and how good he is.
we didn't even talk about his hair. His hair
Bro,
is
come on,
majestic.
get into the real shit.
If you guys can't tell, I'm a big Haaland guy. Big Haaland fan. That I've only discovered him like in the last like 6 weeks, and I'm like, who is this guy? Who is this majestic Viking? Anyways, so here we are. We're at the World Cup. We're gonna talk about as well. We're gonna go here because this segment's kind of late.
That's fine.
The big question that we're kind of building towards is in professional sports, how his like kind of like diligent training routine has led him to be this good. Like his periodization, his peaking, he's very good at peaking, his nutrition, his kind of like daily life. And I think it kind of goes in theme with everything we've talked about, the last 2 episodes being very World Cup related. I'm sure you guys have noticed. All these athletes have a very regimented, very scientifically backed like training supplement thing. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, if all these people have this highest level of, you know, quality of support, then it really does come down to like just pure talent at that point, right? Like, all these guys have top nutritionists, top.
Yes, but also like their routines all vary, right? Like they're the top of the top, but their routines, I guarantee, are not identical by any means, right?
Yes.
So it's
like
just
one person kind of trains maybe one thing more specifically, and one person.
Well, like no, a Frenchman will have croissants for breakfast, and fucking a Norwegian will
have salmon.
Bro,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying? Like, it depends on how you're brought up. It depends on your culture. It depends on your lifestyle. There's so many things that go into play on how you can, like, effectively manage your performance, right? Like, not if everyone was given the same food, the same training protocol, the same time frame, then yes, but all their shit varies.
All different like approaches.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's also cultural too.
Yeah.
Like everyone's got their own like
for sure
styles of training. Like the Latin Americans train very specifically. The Europeans.
They
the
wake up at 5
Americans.
a.m.
Every day I wake up at 5 a.m. It's the best.
He's the best.
So Haaland specifically, I know one of the big things he's really big on is his training periodization, like his style. So for those of you who don't know, periodization is just kind of like how, as trainers, how we would approach programming. We're talking about elite athletes, of course, but this applies to everybody. How you would kind of approach your training. So, you know, these guys plan like training loads, recovery phases, different intensity cycles, specifically to arrive at this moment in time. Like
I'm arriving!
Yeah, arriving at the World Cup. So the concept being is like you can't be 100% year-round,
Nope.
but you build and you peak towards this. And this is not just Haaland. This is all the athletes at this tournament. Like that's kind of what it's been leading into. And like these guys do like high volume, lower intensity. Then do higher intensity, lower volume. They build anaerobic. They build strength. Like again, kind of touching back to what we talked about in our first episode, we were covering the World Cup. And like you said, it's very different depending on the people. And one of the interesting things that's not in the notes here, but is what I in my deep dive on Haaland in the last 48 hours.
Just in bed at 11
In bed,
PM,
I'm just like
just
giggling.
Googling this guy.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, I love him. But really cool thing about him is he actually, like, so these, because we talked about how he's so physically dominant and he just bodies people, like defenders don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
He actually went, I think it was to Miami and trained in the NFL, like with Miami football players.
That's pretty cool.
In his off season to learn how to like run through people. Because he's got the build for it. Like you can't send Messi to an NFL combine.
Hello
and be
guys,
like,
how are you doing?
everybody, hello, I scored a goal. But yeah, I think that's really cool how like him specifically, but went outside to a different sport
Yeah, expand your
to
horizons.
learn. And I think that's so important, right? Because like I'm sure with football, and soccer, there's very specific drills and dribbling and training techniques.
Yeah.
Not many people branch outside of that. You're learning within your capacity. But I think not just in soccer, but in some of the best athletes in the world, like I'm going to use Arnold Schwarzenegger as an example. Like he would go to ballet to learn like posing, right? Like the fluidity of posing, right? When it's really cool when athletes branch out and go to other things, and you take the best from other sports and then you apply it to your sport, and that's how you become.
That's how you get better.
The
You wanna
best
know
in the world.
Crazy? You just reminded me of when I was training for my rep hockey. I went to figure skating classes to learn how to more efficiently push off of the skate edges and shit. So it's a similar idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta not get
Locked into one specific
what is
mindset.
it? Tunnel vision?
Tunnel vision, yeah.
Yeah, you need to try everything to be a overall well-rounded athlete.
And that kind of leads into where we were going with this, where how this applies to like the regular person, like the regular gym goer. And I think most people kind of like just do the same thing week to week, like year on year, like, you know, Monday chest day, Tuesday legs, Wednesday arms, you know, Thursday chest, Friday chest, Sunday chest. I'm just right here going over the periodization. But it's like kind of talking about, we're kind of talking about how like expanding your horizons and learning from different things is going to benefit your overall training.
Are you saying that we should go bouldering?
I don't know how that would benefit us in any way, but...
What do you mean? Bodyweight management? Do you know what bouldering is?
Bouldering?
Yeah.
Is that like rock climbing?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it's called? It's called bouldering?
Yeah,
Like,
it's the
that's
one.
like
It's the one where you don't get on the rope.
on
Whatever.
the belay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what belay is, but not bouldering. What the hell? Okay.
So random.
Bouldering's the one where you just like climb up a little bit to a certain point, and then you jump down, and the ground is bouncy, so you don't get hurt.
Oh, okay.
You're not going.
So it's
to
like free climbing.
I guess, yeah, because you
You're
don't
not
have
harnessed,
a belay.
right?
You don't have a belay.
I'm not belayed.
But
I'm
then
a
you have
belayed
like
as
the
well.
actual rock climbing where you're going high as fuck and you need to be safe.
You've been rock climbing?
I've been rock climbing,
Yeah.
but I
It's
want
fun.
to try to go bouldering, get those special shoes. That I feel like that's gonna give us like all sorts of crazy physical.
They're also
like,
so strong, dude. Like rock
mind-muscle connection with places you don't even know.
Yeah, it's like complete. Yeah, and again, it's like you do something like that, and you just get better at what you're already
Exactly.
doing, right?
Better control.
And
of
like
your body.
you and me are pretty big, I think, proponents and advocates of like doing multiple things, not just being like
100%.
I'm only gonna bodybuild, like that's all I'm gonna do.
Matt, circa 2018.
Yeah, that was, and then I did powerlifting and then high rocks, but yeah, let's move on. So that was kind of just saying like, you know, expand. The reason this guy's so good at what he does is because he doesn't just do football training. Like he expands. He'll go and see something in American football and be like, okay, these guys are tackling people and like doing these runs. How can I apply this to my sport? Segment 4.
Actually, 6.
Is it actually?
It's actually
We're moving
6.
fast on this one.
Okay, next up, the Haaland limitations debate.
Okay.
So we know, like, we should probably go into a little bit more of his protocols. Like, I know a lot about his diet.
Same, yeah. We can go over that. You want to touch on that quick?
Let's touch on that quickly before we get into the limitations, because we've touched on how dominant he is physically and on the pitch and everything, and also a little bit on the type of training styles and everything, periodization work. But the diet and nutrition aspect, he's actually super dialed in with. The cleanest, like it probably connects more so with animal-based or
very
paleo.
much so. Yeah, very much so.
You know, like the new vibe. It's not carnivore, it's animal-based. Like a lot of eggs, sourdough bread, a lot of salmon, a lot of grass-fed beef, bison, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then like stays away from anything processed or refined. So it's just like whatever you can find from a farm or from the earth. Fruits, vegetables. It's literally going back to how his ancestors used to eat.
Like a damn Viking.
Straight up.
Yeah, he trains and eats like a Viking.
Straight up.
Which is why he's a Viking.
And that's why you love him.
Yeah, I do. He is a Viking. But like, yeah, I remember watching recently like a day in he did like a vlog where it's like come day in the life with me.
Yes. Hello guys, this is what
Hello
I'm
guys,
eating.
we're going to go train today.
Yeah, mate.
Yes. Yeah, and he says mate too, which is weird because he's got that weird mixed accent. But yeah, I know he first thing in the morning he gets up, it's like meditation. Then he goes outside and gets exposure to the sun for
a lot of Huberman techniques.
Very Huberman, yeah. He goes, yeah, you know, with all those like alpha bros, which red light therapy. Yeah, so he does all that. He does his recovery.
Cold plunge sauna.
Then he eats. I think he drinks like a gallon of milk or something through the day.
Raw milk.
Raw milk, yeah, like raw milk. He does the milk, so it's like milk, eggs. You know, lots of fish like salmon and stuff like that. It's like ground beef. And then obviously they go train, they do their training. And then his post-workout meal is also just like veggies, meat, and potatoes. Like no refined sugars, no refined carbs. Like, it's just like, yeah, that old school, like, not old school, but just like more like that Paleolithic, animal-based, Mediterranean even in a way, like that kind of diet. So very, very clean. And then it's crazy because, I said it earlier, but from what I've read, he consumes like 5,000 or 6,000 calories a day. It's
quite a bit.
Which is a lot. But those guys, like, let's say you're on training for 2 to 3 hours, full capacity, you're probably burning like 2,000 to 3,000 calories maybe.
Just from training.
Yeah. And then
let alone your
regular lifestyle. I'm assuming these guys, don't train and then just go home and sit all day. Like they're up and around.
He goes home and plays a PlayStation.
He does play PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Could be 4, could be 5.
But I think there's a lot more to it. I think just like being like, hey, just like eat vegetables and meat and train, you're going to become like Haaland. That's not how it works. No. It comes back to that Messi and Ronaldo conversation where these people just have the sauce.
Yeah.
Like they have the
talent.
The game knowledge.
Well, he has the God-given talent of being like a tall as fuck striker, right? So like he also has an edge in some regard too. I wonder if he takes like some form of protein powder, like a beef protein, like a grass-fed beef.
You know what? That's a good
powder.
question. I wonder.
I haven't seen that.
If he did, it would be definitely like the most raw form of like the least amount of what's the word I'm looking for? Like diluted.
Processed.
You know what I mean? Like just the rawest form of protein powder you can get.
Which like brings me to that beef protein that I'm drinking right now, which is, don't get me wrong, amazing.
Yeah.
But how the hell did they get it to taste like juice and to be the consistency of water?
I know, it's so
as
good.
a grass-fed beef protein.
It's so good. You would think it'd be like grainy and gross, but no, it's delicious.
There's something up. Like it's not possible,
in
bro.
Capacity, yeah.
Anyways, back to his limitations.
He has none.
0. Okay, moving on. There's a criticism about him. He's a goal scorer, but he requires the team to be built around him. So like he's there, but like that's the only thing that you can expect from him, right? He's not going to play defense. He's not really going to he'll pass the ball, but he's not really going to make those crazy dribbles and whatnot. He's there to finish.
He's there to score goals.
Exactly. He's there to drive his freaking axe through the opposing Viking army's
head.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like Ronaldo, right? Ronaldo's the same. Like when Portugal plays, it's like their objective is get the ball to Ronaldo.
So it's almost like you're kind of sacrificing something in order to have him on the team because you know he's not going to ever come back to play any defense.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the scoreline is what matters.
Scoring goals counts the most.
I mean, you could be the best player in the world and have the highest possession, the most touches, and if there's no goals, you don't win the game. It doesn't matter. Yeah,
so he just waits for the moment rather than like being continuously active, continuously like chipping away. He's just like, show me the ball, I'm ready.
I think that's also why he's able to be so consistent with his goals because he has the ability to go from 0 to 100. Like when the opportunity presents itself, he can turn on and do full output because he hasn't been wasting energy on the pitch.
Yeah.
Like running back, and he's able to like at a moment's notice just absolutely destroy what he needs, like do what he needs to do.
So like this brings up a question: is a player who does one thing at an almost supernatural level more valuable than a player who does everything well?
That's a good question. I think in relation to football or soccer, I think it's more important to be extremely good at your one role because it's
especially
a team
as
sport.
a striker.
Especially as a striker.
Because you have 10 other people that are going to
support
shit,
you.
Right?
Yeah. I think in soccer, everyone, if you're an extremely good midfielder, defender, left back, right back, wing, whatever, and you're extremely good at it, that's all that matters because if you have other players who are good to decent to average, above average, and they can feed you the ball, then you're in a good spot.
Yeah. So you can kind of expand this into the general term, like a specialist versus a generalist in just
like a jack of all trades.
Yeah, fitness, or not even just fitness, anything. Better to be extraordinary at one thing or excellent at many. I honestly lean towards the excellent at many, but because I resonate with that.
Yeah, but
not even excellent, just like good.
Good
like
at multiple things. Yeah.
It's handy to be like that, but obviously,
I think as
if
like
you're super duper niched and like in this sense, it makes the most sense. But
I agree. I think if you're just like just an all around athletic person, you want to be good at multiple things.
Yeah.
The average person, like if you want to have good cardio, be fairly strong, be able to run, a 30-minute 5K, whatever. I think for the average person, that's really good to aim for. But in the context of being a position in a specific sport, you just want to like dial in on that one
That's
thing.
your job, bro. You have to produce the way that you
And that's
have
why
always
all
been
these
and
all
will.
these players like Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe, Haaland, the reason they're so well known and so famous is because they're just extremely good at what they do. They get the goals, they get the numbers, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
Because the team is there to support them.
Yep. True. Okay, so is there a version of this in your own life, like an area where specialization is the play, even if it means accepting limitations elsewhere?
Yeah, I'm usually like a really, really good tank or healer in video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no one else wants to play, so
Yeah,
that's
true.
the role I'll take. I'll just
Nice.
become really good at tanking or healing. If that's all I can.
See you later. That's so funny. No, but like it really plays into the Haaland doing this one thing better than anyone else, right? With his stature and all of the recovery protocols and everything that he doesn't do too much else, at least from statistically speaking. Like,
Yeah, he just really
he's done
hones his skill.
Yeah.
Like-
So I guess the main debate is whether that is kind of a trade-off. Like, is the trade-off good, or will it be a limitation to him moving forward? Right now, in his peak, it's good, but like
Later down the line.
will it still be just as effective later down? I don't know.
That's a good question. I think it also depends on like what teams are outside the World Cup, what teams are looking at him. Like if you got a team like Barcelona, for example, where they have an optimized position in every role, they're not going to care that he's not running back and like I need someone to score goals. Let's get him in. But if you're looking at more of like a kind of like a mid-table team where each player does a little bit of everything, they have their specialty, but they play at like more through the field, he's probably not going to be in the right spot at one of those teams. But then again, that being said, it's the best teams in the world. They're going to look at someone like him because they want someone specifically to get the ball.
And if you keep eating salmon and sourdough and eggs, like you're pretty set.
Yeah, facts. That's just straight facts.
Straight facts.
Yeah.
And training like that, he's good till he's like 35.
He's also a Viking.
Oh, 45 then.
Yeah.
Okay, physical peak and let me ask this first. Most people never reach their peak because they don't train toward one.
Oof. Damn.
Thoughts? Comments?
Concerns. Yeah, like is it like an agree or disagree kind of thing? Like I mean,
Just questions this time.
yeah. Okay. Are you asking
Hot
like
takes.
if like the average person never reaches that
If
because
like maybe they even missed their peak or in whatever it was because they didn't really focus on it.
Yeah, I think most people don't train to the capacity to
That they could.
That they could. Yeah, I think like the average person, even just everybody, I think there's a very small percentage of people that actually train to that level. Like
Yeah.
where they're like, oh, I'm good at this, and I'm gonna train to the highest possible caliber.
Let's see how far I can push.
I think some people are like kind of what you said. They're like, oh, maybe I'll keep training this, but I'm also going to try this because I can be better defensively, or I could be better on the runs, or I could be better here. Whereas someone like him, or again Mbappe or Ronaldo, or whatever, they just say, fuck it, we're just going to dial in on this one thing and become extremely good at this one thing.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that those are the best athletes in the world. Not just soccer, but the people who
Yeah, the ones that really niche down.
they just niche
specifically.
down to two specific roles, and they just get extremely good at it. And those are the guys that, make the most money and they play the best of their sport.
Seems to be the main topic of just life in general. Like if you get super duper good at something, it could be like the weirdest thing, but you're like the best at it.
Yeah.
You're set.
I think that's true, like when it comes to like
I don't like that.
yeah, and it's like, as someone who, you and me are the same in the sense that we like to try new things, and then it's like, well, I now need to be the best at this thing for the next little while, or like try to be really good at it. But then you spread yourself thin because then you get pretty good at a lot of things, but never incredible at one thing, right? And I think in business and in life, but in business, like, a lot of times people say
This is not financial advice.
yeah, you just find one thing that you're good at and become extremely good at it.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring you, wealth and success.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to constantly try new things or branch out and whatever. And maybe you're doing that because you're trying to figure out what you're going to be really good at. But you're right. There's like a peak. Like at some point, you're going to miss that opportunity to have been the
window.
The window to be the very best at whatever it is. But yeah, it's I get it because it's like I like to try new things and always be good at multiple things.
And this guy had it figured out. He's really good at scoring goals. Yeah. That's it.
And I don't know. I just score goals. I don't know what to want to say.
Here's a question for you. Norway winning this World Cup, is it possible?
Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? No.
I don't think it's possible this year.
Well, it's their first year back in 30 years. So, they'll be back.
Good performance.
Haaland's going to be 28, so he's going to be even more, experienced and trained, and they'll probably have another, kind of a bit better roster. Mm-hmm. I do think that they'll go quite far. I think they'll do round of 16 for sure.
That would be cool.
Maybe in round of 8. There are a lot of people saying they're a dark horse, but also a lot of people said Turkey were a dark horse, and Turkey went 0-3. Well, actually, they just won.
And then they beat the States.
Exactly, and they beat the States for a
game that didn't matter.
Participation trophy.
Literally.
So,
but they were selling hard. Good for them.
Yeah, I think Norway will be really entertaining to watch. It'll be a fun story. I think there's probably 1 or 2 more rounds that they get through, but you can't rely only on one player. Norway has a good team, but
there's way better teams
I couldn't tell you half the people on that team. You know what I mean? Whereas on France or Spain or Germany or whatever, I can name 5 or 6 players. Even as someone who doesn't watch club level football regularly, I'm just a World Cup, Euro Cup kind of guy.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, you can learn. I know the players just from their notoriety. Whereas Norway, it's hey, we know Haaland, and then who else? And Norway's entire job is get the ball to Haaland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas the other teams, if they don't get the ball to Mbappe or Ronaldo or Messi, they still have the ability to perform.
Yeah, they have other people.
So I think Norway will do well, but no, they're not World Cup winners, I don't think.
Nah. Okay. Do you think that he's going to be able to break every World Cup goal record before he retires?
Maybe.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, maybe.
And last thing,
he scores goals.
Can you engineer a peak, or does it just happen to you? Can you engineer it
through programming?
Through programming, your lifestyle and everything, or does it just find you? Kind of going back to that messy.
I think it's both things, combination. Right? You still, even if you've got the raw talent, you still need the most efficient training, nutrition, and recovery protocol there is, and then the talent just takes you from, if everybody's at the same level, everybody trains the same way, let's assume they all get to the peak at about the same point, but it's the ones who have the natural God-given talent that are taken to the GOAT status and the history books, right?
#GOAT.
#GOAT.
Yeah. So in that case, for Haaland, at 25, first World Cup, it's one of those moments where everything just seems to be lining up perfectly.
Perfectly, yeah.
Readiness, the experience, all the context, the proper team that knows how to support. That shit doesn't happen by accident. And, going back to the years of prep, this all kind of combining and meeting at the right moment. Most people wait for their moment without doing the prep, or they do the prep without ever finding the moment.
Oof.
Crazy.
Was not ready for that.
Crazy.
But yeah,
But Haaland did both.
He did both.
So just know what you're building toward, build specifically toward it, and I guess got to be ready for when that door opens and when the timing arrives, because it usually only comes once. Mm-hmm. And you got to go in full force.
We're the last 2-3 episodes we're talking about the top 0.00001% of humans on the planet, let alone professional athletes, let alone professional soccer players. But there's a lesson to be learned for the average person or an average gym goer from all of this is
always be ready.
Yeah, you put in the work, you be consistent, you train, you get better, you get stronger, and then and if that opportunity, if you're someone who's listening and you're someone who's training for a specific sport, it can happen. There was, just before we finished, there was a guy, he was a 28 or 29-year-old dad with 5 kids.
You already said this, bro.
Yeah, okay, I'm bringing it up again, but
you said this in the first FIFA episode.
The guy just decided to become a soccer player, and he did it, bro. But that's the relative. I know I brought it up again.
This is a bunch of topics rehashed from the first episode.
I know, but just you know what I mean? That's an example of just someone who was just a regular
determination.
Dude. Determined. He put in the work. maybe didn't have any. Maybe he was already a little bit talented and he got lucky there. But like, it's just that
Or
comes down athletically gifted. But it just came down to like training, consistency, and
saying what you're gonna do. You're gonna do what you
following through. Yeah, I think it's a lot of follow through and stuff like that. But I think what we got to talk about next, and we'll touch back on this next episode, is the race for the Golden Boot, because we got some big ones. We got Mbappe, we got Haaland, Vinicius Jr. is up there. Who's the guy from Argentina? He's not really well known. Lionel Messi.
Oh, yes,
yeah, he's the new guy. The new guy. Ronaldo. We'll see.
How are we gonna connect that to? Or are we just gonna? We're not connecting it. We're just
that's gotta
talking,
be fitness related. That's just gonna be like
FIFA.
who's gonna win. Who's gonna win?
All right. I'm sure you can go on and on for about an hour. So that's good.
Yeah. I love football.
Football.
It's a very nice sport.
We see you in the next football.
Peace.
Next football.